You're at 109 right now.
Let's talk about Benjamin Banneker, shall we? Today is 2/22, February 22nd, 2023. And I was in the classroom. I'm a substitute teacher, and I was thinking about the fact that I woke up at 1:09 a.m. That was, I want to say last night, but it was actually early this morning. But that happened. But not only that, something else was on my mind as of late. Yes, I was watching a video about Nipsey Hussle. It was blue pill. There's a guy named Blue Pill. You have red pill, blue pill. Which one do you choose? There are two men, and they call themselves Red Pill and Blue Pill. They're in New York. These are conscious brothers, very well educated brothers, right? Literally, they're brothers, blood brothers. I watched this video yesterday, day before yesterday or so, because a comment I wrote on the video, a comment I posted on the video was pinned. It was pinned to that video, like at the top, like, yo, this dude's comment, it's going at the top so everybody can see. I got a notification from YouTube that my comment was pinned, and I was like, oh, that's what's up. Cool. So I went back and I was like, well, what video did my comment get pinned to? And I watched the video, and then that's when it hit me. So excuse me, red pill. No, 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 it was blue pill. Right, right. It was blue pill. Blue pill is talking about Nipsey. It's a video about Nipsey that I commented on over a year ago. My comment was in reference to the Aksumite Empire. Aksum, Queen of Sheba, King Solomon, those stories, you know. Anyhow, um, I was drawing parallels. I was drawing connections between Nipsey's life, who he was, and his ancestry, which I stated, he was an Aksumite because of his father. His father was from Eritrea, and Eritrea was one of the lands that was ruled by the Aksumite Empire. So I said all of this kind of stuff, and the comment got pinned because it's a good comment, right? And because people aren't thinking about these things, people are thinking on lower levels. They're not connecting the dots as well as I am because I've traveled, right? So I can see it clearly. It's a matter of getting others to see it. But so I'm watching the video, and the brother is talking about Nipsey, and then he talks about the celestial bodies, and he's talking about earth, and he's talking about as above so below. He's saying what's in the heavenly bodies, what's in the celestial skies, what's in the sky and space, is a reflection of what's here on earth. And I'm like, yes, go deeper, yeah, talk about that. And then he mentions Benjamin Banneker and then he tells us that Benjamin Banneker set up, designed Washington DC so that DC would be in alignment with the dog star Sirius, right? So that really, I wrestled with that. I said, "Dang, that's deep. That's really deep, and I love it." So I was in class today, and I had a moment to think about Benjamin Banneker, and so I went in and I started searching Benjamin Banneker, and I really wanted to find out if that was true, if what he had said was precise. If Benjamin Banneker's designs for Washington D.C. were 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 created so that specifically Blue Pill said the Washington Monument was in alignment with Sirius or the Dog Star. Well, what I found was that it's actually Pennsylvania Avenue that is in alignment with I think Orion and with some other celestial bodies or something. So I didn't exactly find what he said, what Blue Pill said, but it was confirmed that Washington, D.C., the streets, northwest, northeast, east, all of these different directions that these streets, you know, were created or were made to these paths that the streets were made to follow, they mimic or they are in alignment with the heavenly celestial bodies because Benjamin Banneker was an astronomer among many things. He was an astronomer, he was a gardener, he was an author, he did it all, right? So I'm in the classroom learning these things about Benjamin Banneker, and I'm kicking myself saying, why don't I know more about this man? Why haven't I read? Why don't I have a copy of Banneker's, almanac? And then I realized, oh, because what was it? I think they said on the day of his funeral, his library, his works were burned. Like that's some cold, diabolical ish. Burned his work the day of his funeral. And I was just like flabbergasted, astonished, just hurt, tremendously devastated by this idea because I could just see it. Oh, well, the nigger's gone. Burn that shit. We don't need it. Don't need any of that stuff spreading to all the other Negroes either. This is white man country around here. And so, just a terrible reality. Now, I knew that Zora Neale Hurston and her work burned after her death. I knew that as well. And I wondered if there was a parallel. I wondered if this was a tradition. Once the Negro dies, burn every remnant of their existence, erase their existence completely, get rid of it. Because Zora Neale Hurston's work, her work was destroyed in a fire after her death. There was a lone black man who rushed into the fire to put it out and saved her work. Thank God. Benjamin Banneker's works wasn't so lucky. But the idea that as black Americans we don't learn our history. This is one of those moments where it's like, what? Are you serious? You got to be kidding me. This is wrong. So very wrong. And so um yeah, so it was Benjamin Banneker. And so I found the research that said that, yeah, Banneker was an astronomer. He was a farmer, an author, and he was just, a mathematician. And he was just a brilliant man, a very brilliant man. Um, and yes, he designed Washington, D.C. to align with celestial bodies because he was an astronomer. I think I failed to mention that. Astronomer, mathematician, gardener. Maybe that was the first thing I mentioned. I don't whatever. You name it, just all around good dude. And we should study and learn more about him. So that is what happened today. And then in true form and fashion as it could only happen right here, um I discovered that he died. Benjamin Banneker died on 10/9.
You're at 109 right now.
He died on October 9th. Benjamin Banneker died on October 9th. So there you have it, y'all. I 1:09 a.m. I woke up this morning, this day. It was, what was it? Today is February 22nd. That's 2:22. 2023. I had Benjamin Banneker on my mind. Nipsey was on my mind. I had another correlation with Nipsey, another moment today. Oh, well, I mean, today is the day that they released information about Nipsey's killer, Eric Holder. The world has been informed that Nipsey's killer received a 60-year sentence. 60. So a lot of things happening around here. But I was thinking about Benjamin Banneker. I did some research and I'm just like flabbergasted, just like, wow, such a great man. And it really just really begs me to like go outside and just stare at the stars, man. You got to do it, you know? So that's about it again.
You're at 109 right now.
And wait a minute, I've got one more thing to play. Where is it? This is Nipsey, y'all.
uh I think, thoughts is powerful in
Yeah.
all facets. Cause even my career, even my life, things end up turning out exactly how I visualized them. Not
Right.
not in this time frame I expected. You know what I'm saying? You always want shit to happen overnight.
Mm-hmm.
But, I just had clear visions. Obviously outside of my girl. I just mean in music and
Right.
hustling and just how I viewed myself as an adult when I was a young dude coming up.
Did you ever get down where it was like, man, this ain't
Definitely.
gonna work?
All
Or,
the time. That's why I call my thing the marathon, because
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie and portray this ultimate poise like I've been had it figured out. Nah, I just didn't quit. That's the only distinguishing quality from me and probably whoever else going through this or
Mhm.
went through this or is gonna go through this, is that I ain't quit. I went through every emotion. I went through
Mm.
every emotion with trying to pursue what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
I think that what gonna separate whoever's gonna try to go for something is that you ain't gonna quit. And